Hey there, my name is Rich. I'm the co-founder of Product Gym and the creator of the Boss Foundry program. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and make fun of myself by reading some mean comments that's been on one of my YouTube channels. Let's go ahead and actually scroll through this. So I don't review my own YouTube videos at all, and I definitely do not review the comments. We actually have somebody on the team go ahead and actually respond to people if they actually have something meaningful to say that we would like to engage on. So starting with the first video, let's see how many mean comments we get. This is actually the first time I'm even taking a look at comments in like forever, by the way. So I think I dropped this video quite recently, 1 hour ago. Good. How to land a 300K product manager job in 2024. Mr. Chan 90s. It's like your girlfriend. Once you score a hot girl, all those who rejected you come back. I don't think that's a mean comment at all. I don't really understand what he is referencing, but basically, if you actually got a chance to go ahead and watch that video, the premise is this. The way to go ahead and actually score a much higher paying job is to go out there, go through the interview process, and once you've landed your first offer, usually your first product manager offer, it's pretty, I would say it's pretty reasonable or conservative. But if you keep on interviewing, the offers actually get better and better and better and better. And the craziest thing about that is when you get an offer and you're interviewing for jobs after you have secured that offer, you actually end up getting much better offers just because like you're not really interviewing with desperation. You're not feeling like you're fighting for food, water, and shelter. So it actually lets you mentally be more present on the interview. So hilarious. It's funny that this person, I actually got a lot of DMs on this one on my LinkedIn. I guess they liked it. Great video. Love the content. This person here, you're shooting subliminal negative messages, dude. How can I shoot subliminal negative messages? These are literally portfolio examples. And I actually, you guys can go out there and fact check me. I actually gave real visual portfolio examples of what it is that you could use to present your portfolio on a job interview. And I think there was a link to go ahead and grab those portfolio examples too, which is funny. Is this guy lost or what? Why has he uploaded this video to rant? Rant. This is probably one of the few videos that I would not be ranting at all. This is a mock interview on how to answer a product estimation question. There's no ranting here. We're basically just providing a framework of how you would go ahead and answer a question about estimating something for a product manager interview. Before you introduced him, I thought to myself, he looked a bit like Dennis from Always Sunny in Bed. Wow. Okay, that was from 10 days ago. Very nice explanation of the entire roadmap building process. Thank you. This was very insightful. I was confused initially, but it got clearer at the end. Here are some things that I learned from this. You cannot have a one-size-fits-all customer discovery process. Try to understand why you're being asked these questions. Share instances of stories where you use different approaches in your customer discovery process to show show your versatility and product alertness. Okay, ask how they're currently handling their current discovery process. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, what is your customer discovery process? Like, you kind of want to know why they're asking you this question. Like, usually when they're asking you what's your customer discovery process, because they usually need you to discover some new customers. What do you mean 8 minutes of ads? As is tradition on this channel for the most part. Hilarious. This guy actually went out there, it was actually talking to you about how he cracked the ATS using our methodology. So it sounds like if you watch the whole video, sounds like you still need help cracking the ATS, the applicant tracking system, to get more product manager interviews. So you might want to reach out to us, or hopefully you're doing well on the job hunt, because this is actually quite a difficult market to navigate right now if you don't have clear frameworks in how to go ahead and navigate the little maze recruiters have people going through. It's actually a helpful video. I don't know why so low number of viewers. Why product managers need soft skills to succeed? I guess because a lot of product managers think their soft skills are mad on point, or a lot of people that are watching, looking at these videos don't think that soft skills are very important for a product manager job. Soft skills are actually extremely important for a product manager job, but not everything that's important that you should know is actually going to be very searchable. So I do appreciate all the support. Well done. Had a chance to hear her speak a few days ago and happy to see that her internet presence is growing. Thank you so much for your support. Dude, get to the point. Every video is needless fear-mongering rant about how bad the market has gotten. I get it. I understand. Get to the point. Wow. Like, we're actually talking about what is the most important type of product management interview question. And the craziest thing is, like, this is actually a video that I did. I don't even need to clickbait you on this thing, but we're actually talking about the importance of behavioral questions and how significant, what is the key significance of behavioral questions and why that's important. But hilariously enough, it's like, what do you mean get to the point? I'm giving you a lot of context as to why they're asking you these questions. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck on this job hunt, which I don't think anybody enjoys job hunting. So unless you do, you can let me know about that. Let me see here. I mean, dude, you argue that CEOs, February product manager market update. You argue that CEOs don't like the idea that you might be out there doing something during work hours. Then you giggle and say, hey, I can do that. Yeah, man, what a way to make sure that your employees follow the rules when you brag about breaking your own. Tons of tech companies are still remote. The large ones with expansive decade-long corporate leases are the ones forcing people to go back in the office, so they don't have a massive fat red line on their balance sheet. Also, generalists are getting murdered in this market. Everyone I know that's getting hired has been laser-focused experience in the job that they are getting, and I'm fairly targeted in cybersecurity, but it's not my entire career. And I'm getting beat by people because of that. I have 12 years of experience in multiple industries and settlings with an MBA. So literally none of your commentary has anchored in real life, at least from my anecdotal experience. Okay, so there's a few things to go ahead and unpack here. This is the February product manager market update for 2024. CEOs don't like the idea that you might be doing something else during work hours. I mean, you know, honestly, if somebody's paying for your time, they don't really like you doing other types of work outside of that. But hey, I can do that 100%. I have multiple course offerings, and one of which, because I think it's very clear that product manager salaries, at least advertised product manager salaries, have gotten are lower than you would expect. Like, somebody sent me a screenshot today of a $145K senior product manager job. It's advertised lower because they know that a lot of people are desperate for jobs, and it's unfortunate that a lot of companies are taking advantage of people during this time. But hilariously enough, when you're showing really strong value, they're offering you a much higher offer. And it's usually, like I said before earlier in the video, when you have a job offer already secured, how much more calm and relaxing you're able to be on the interview. You're able to go out there and do that. All of my team members that work with me, I don't consider anybody works for me. They are more than welcome to go ahead. One of the few perks, because I spend 80 hours a week talking about how to get a better job. Everybody on my team is fully capable of getting a better job. I know it because they have friends, significant others, husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, siblings that have used our methodology to land a much better job in their domain. They've done so. I don't mind if they go ahead and start a side hustle. In fact, I encourage it, but just don't do it on the company time. In case of, like, I can go out there and start multiple course offerings that are considered my side hustles because I work for myself. With that said, like, everybody needs to go ahead and diversify themselves in this market. Now, where this comment actually really doesn't make sense, that's freaking hilarious, is on one side, he's like, generalists are getting murdered. And I'm lasered focused. I've been very targeted into cybersecurity. Bruh. If you've taken a look at, like, we're pushing out anywhere between 3 to 5 testimonials a week. Generalists are getting jobs. It's how you're painting your story and how you are actually setting yourself up for success and how you are showing that you're a value add with a company. So if you actually aren't doing those things, that's kind of the reason why you are not getting a job, even though you have an MBA. But considering that you have such an awesome YouTube handle, I'm pretty sure you'll be just doing just fine. Let me go ahead and see this. There's a pretty bold assumption here, which is that the hiring manager, interviewer, or HR contact will have the human decency to take 10 minutes out of their day to reply to your email. And I have found that most, though I will guarantee they whined about empathy on their own interviews, have none. Well, here's the thing. When you're following up with a product manager interview, you should also go ahead and let them know. You should give them a reason to go ahead and follow up with you. You should go ahead and actually give them a reason to go ahead and follow up with you, because if you're informing them that you have other product manager interviews in process, or you have, generally if you're watching this and you're just looking for a job in general, if you have other interviews in process, you're informing them of what's the next step. If you're laying out really good value, there's no reason why they wouldn't go ahead and respond to you. Also, if you're setting the expectation that if you don't hear back from them, they will hear back from you, it makes it very natural for them to go ahead and give you a response. If you don't set that expectation, then they'll go ahead and forget you. How can one build a CRM dashboard that has no proprietary data? Like, CRM means customer, it means product, even companies. You can very easily create a CRM doesn't have to be a very sophisticated application. You can go ahead and plug in. There is this wonderful invention recently. It's called ChatGPT, and it says, help me create a CRM. You can literally go ahead and create 100 first names, 100 last names, 100 phone numbers, 100 emails. And you can go ahead and create a long list of data points between what's their location, what's their gender, what's their age, how often that they have purchased the product. Anything that you want to go ahead and track, it will go out there and create basically a list. You can add all of those things into a spreadsheet, a Google Sheet, an Airtable, and take that data, and you can go ahead and use that to create a CRM dashboard. And I think 100 contacts is a baseline, but you can also go ahead and actually ramp up more, like 1,000 contacts, and go out there and create that as a baseline, right? So it just really comes out to, you got to understand right now, I'm just here to inform you of what is going on in the market. If you're transitioning into product management for the first time, you have to understand on the hiring side, I know a lot of people are very frustrated about looking for a product manager job. Your resume can be very easily falsified. That was even before ChatGPT. Your resume can be easily manufactured and engineered from ChatGPT. There are more resources. We started Product Gym back in 2017. I can say right now, and I think everybody can agree with this, there are more resources for people that are looking to either transition to product management or get a job in product management as an experienced product manager than ever before. Because when I got into when I transitioned from recruiter into starting this company with my co-founder, Product Gym, there was only Cracking the PM interview book and maybe a few other blogs. So if you have a side project, if you're looking to transition into product management, if you have a side project, it just inspires so much more confidence with a hiring manager that you're going to be the right fit for them. Now, I understand a lot of people don't want to spend the time, because it's like, what if I spend all this time, energy, and effort building a side project and it doesn't matter? Yeah, that could very well be the case. That's why you have to have a lot of interviews. But CRM dashboards and social media dashboards are showing how you can use AI-assisted SQL is a very, very important skill. And I'll tell you why. Heads and directors of product right now are effectively, they're waiting for their data analysts to get back to them with the types of dashboards, charts, and reports that they need. Because data analysts are getting laid off too in this market, there's a backlog of requests. They never get back to the head or director of product on time. And even when they do, it doesn't look like what the head of product needs it to look when they're making presentations out there. So why are they making these presentations? They're making these presentations to get buy-in. Why? Because money isn't free-flowing like Halloween candy anymore. Any type of initiative, any type of project you want to go ahead and get a green light on, you need buy-in from your higher-ups, and you're only going to get buy-in in the form of data. You're essentially speaking, presenting evidence to why they should let you run your hypothesis to drive results to keep your job. So that's actually why it's important. When you're presenting that value on an interview, you're letting them know, I can help you save time. So if you're doing that, you're a value add, especially if you're transitioning to product management for the first time. Nothing's been ever accomplished by doing less in anything. So like, instead of thinking about like, oh yeah, like I don't get, reach out, schedule a call. It's funny, I get like 70 pings a day on my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn handle's available across all my YouTube channels and every other social media platform. That's the easiest social media platform to get a hold of me. So if you're looking to actually have a conversation about it, I'm not difficult to go ahead and find. But like the anger in some of these messages, I can go ahead and see that these people are clearly not being very successful in the job. And ultimately, the person that it hurts is probably you the most. And I wouldn't wish anybody to be job hunting in this market. Please make one for software engineering, transition and product manager roles, 100%. There are no messages in the template. Reach out to me. I mean, other people are able to find it because I know how many people sign up for it. So general skills don't work as well in the ATS. General skills, that's a huge misconception. You want to know why general skills do work and the people that are presenting like specific skills like are not getting product manager jobs right now? Right now, let me go ahead and spell it out for you. We're in a recession. Companies don't know how to make money. If their revenue generating tactics and strategies were working, they would have money coming in, and that would mean they would have cash to pay you. They don't, because they're not making money. And that means they're constantly pivoting their roadmap. Companies are spending all their freaking time right now thinking about, is doing this going to help us make money? Is doing this going to help us make money? Is doing this going to help us make money? That's why when you're painting yourself as a specialist, it's the fastest way to go ahead and terminate your own interview, because you were good for the role we were looking for last week because we thought we needed to do this that would actually help us print cash. Unfortunately, we're going in a different direction because we thought about it some more. Yeah, doing that's actually not going to add another $5 into our bank account right now. So even though you're really good for the role that went down last week, now we're going in a different direction. So when you're interviewing out there, you need to be a generalist. You need to show versatility because the role, I think everybody can agree with me. When you apply to a product manager role right now, the role is different when you start interviewing for when you apply to the role. The job description says one thing, the recruiter says something else. When you are on the round one, the recruiter thinks that they're hiring for one role, and then you talk to the head of director of product on the round two, it becomes a different role. You go to round three, it becomes a different role. When you're onboarded during the first week, they tell you that this is what it is that they're looking for you to achieve. 30 days later, your job becomes something different. So tell me, how is it possible that you're going to get a product manager job where you're a specialist in this market? It's probably not going to happen. And, probably the reason for all of this anger is because you're not getting a job. So if you want to get a product manager job, like the people that are coming out of my program, well, hit me up because we can go out there and chop it up. But these are things that I don't take pleasure in talking to people this way. But instead of interviewing with, I want a job, I need a job, like, give me a job, I can do the job. Actually think about how do they feel on their end. They're probably they feel as stressed off and as frustrated as you are right now. Because despite the fact that we've had more than 8 quarters going into quarter number 9 of layoffs, we have more than 278,000 tech people that have been laid off in tech. it hasn't gotten any easier hiring for this role. Hiring for this role hasn't gotten shorter, it hasn't gotten easier, it hasn't gotten faster. They are just as frustrated on the hiring side as you are, and they don't know how to bridge the gap. Meanwhile, they're overworked. Definitely they're feeling underpaid. And yes, they've probably had to go out there and do a few rounds of layoffs where they've gotten rid of their friends or see their friends leave, and they don't even know whether or not they are going to have a job this Friday. So a lot of these people here that are like coming out with so much anger, it's like, yeah, I think there's a reason why you're so pissed off watching my videos is because you still don't have a job, and you still don't have a job because your interview, like your strategies and tactics in generating more product manager interviews are unfortunately ineffective. Is because also your strategy and your framework to be able to convert those interviews into offers have also been ineffective. With that said, our mission is to help everybody. So if you're ready to get help, please go ahead and contact us. Makes a lot of sense. What do you think about recruiters who contact candidates just to make them apply to a job opening and then ghost them? It's probably because they're pretty overworked themselves. And when you reach out to a recruiter, these are the three most common messages that I see when companies post up a product manager role. And they say like, hey, like, you know, my team is hiring for a product manager role. Like, I always see people say, I'm interested. Okay, I'm sure you are. Like, this is a brutal tech market. I applied. Yeah. You know, a lot of the people that you're applying to jobs with, like, they're probably applying to jobs themselves. The third thing is like, can you tell me more about the roles? Like, what was the link to the job description for, pal? If you're going to reach out to them, give them a message that's stronger, that gives them a reason to want to contact you back. They don't owe you a response just because you apply. They don't owe you a response just because you need a job. They definitely don't owe you a response just because you're curious about the role. They have a job to do, and everybody that's working in tech right now, not just in product management, is extremely, extremely, extremely overworked. Any junior product manager could have done such an interview. I'm sorry. Okay, that wasn't even an interview that was done by me. That was actually one of my instructors, but I don't think so. Let me see here. The same is happening for product managers. I think it is a general trend going through all the markets. Unfortunately, this was actually a very good video on how to close product manager interviews and product manager offers. I highly recommend people watching this. Watching this on a daily basis, such insightful, easy to follow. Thank you. Contact us. Let me see how it is I can help you out. Great content. Please get a lav mic. I actually do have a lav mic, as you'll see from my other videos, but unfortunately I forgot to go ahead and clip it on because I only had like 30 minutes to go out there and record the video that day. Can you share the link for keywords? Reach out to me if you haven't gotten it yet. Insightful, thank you. Looking great, Rich. Fantastic video. Will you be recording? I mean, yeah, I just recorded it right here. I'm a Scrum Master. I want to go ahead and transition into product management. There's so much overlap between Scrum Master and product management. Contact us. Man, you're really good at this. Keep up the good work. This was helpful. Excel and reach your goals, might work. Obviously, you need to ensure visibility. 13 strategies to avoid being laid off as a product manager. Yeah, you definitely need to be visible. Does your interviewer provide user personas for the case study or something that the candidate has to come up with as part of the solution? I can dig into that some more. It's like, does the interviewer provide a user persona? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But if they don't, it's kind of like your responsibility to do so, right? Share the link. The link's on there. If you guys can't get a hold of the link, I mean, reach out to me on LinkedIn, like right here. Like, you guys can talk to me. Let me see here. I'm reasonably at 1300, just applying, updating a resume, reaching out. Yeah, it's difficult at times, but you don't quit. You never quit. I love it. You don't. Reach out to me. What are the types of case study questions? He started off saying one type of design question. Would like to know what other types of case studies there are. There's a lot. I mean, that's just like asking me how many different types of pastas are there. There's a lot. Reach out to me if you guys want to get access to the Kajabi course. How can I download the content sheet shown above? Reach out to me. How can you please share? I need a resume review. Talk to me. Great video. Might not be a value add for the PM role, but you can't casually downplay the hard work that goes into completing a full-time MBA from a top school. I'm not downplaying the hard work that goes into. I'm not downplaying. Like I have a lot of respect for people that actually do an MBA. To be totally honest, if the MBA program was all about profit, they would just do away with the GMAT, because there's so many people that's willing to pay a dollar amount to get an MBA from a top school. Where I find that it's a little bit, I would say, unrealistic is that getting an MBA does not entitle you to get a product manager job from a top company, even if you're coming from a top school. There's very little, like having an MBA means you worked really hard. You definitely studied hard for the GMAT. But that, like, having an MBA doesn't mean like you did 3 tours in Iraq as like a Navy SEAL. A lot of founders that I talk to, like what is the point of an MBA, right? Like what is, like, I think there's like Instagram versus reality on that, which is like I have an MBA. So what does that mean? Because business is about money and how your ability to generate money. The reason why we're doing a lot of layoffs right now is because there's a lot of there are the companies that know how to make money, and there's the companies that don't know how to make money. And there are the companies that know how to navigate chaos, and there's the companies that don't know how to navigate chaos. We're in a recession right now. There's only 2 types of product managers in my book. And it's very clearly listed, I think, in chapter 15 of Hard Thing About Hard Things. There are wartime product managers, and there are peacetime product managers. And unfortunately, I saw this thing during COVID, which was like, you have all these I used to work at a co-working space, a WeWork, up until the pandemic, and kind of now work remotely between the East Coast and the West Coast in Asia. And it's just like all these MBA grads and interns that like brag about having this MBA. And it's just like, okay, well, how do you navigate this problem? We're in a global pandemic right now. It's like, what do you do? It's like, but you have this MBA. What do you do? Right? So MBA, although there's a lot of like relevant, I think there's a lot of very valuable knowledge that's being passed there, and you can meet the people say like, I can meet a very valuable network, and they say all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, so I haven't seen MBAs become a difference maker during the pandemic and during the recession. When MBAs say they have this like network, I get a lot of pings. More than half of these people have an MBA degree, and it's just like, well, if you pay 100 or 200 G's for a network, why do you not have a job? Like, a network to me is like, you can pick up the phone and say, I need a job right now. I got you. We were at the MBA program together. That's clearly not the case. So I was like, what's the MBA really for? You know, so I admire the people, but like, an MBA doesn't give you wings. Kevin O'Leary said this thing from Shark Tank. He has an MBA, and he was like, and a lot of people come into Shark Tank saying they have an MBA, and he's like, so he's like, I have an MBA too. What was that even supposed to mean? He's like, I employ as many people without an MBA as the people with an MBA. So like, having an MBA is great, and I don't want to downplay it. But like, just going in there and saying, I got an MBA, and expecting recruiters to say like, wow. Like, if you think like a recruiter is going to look at your resume and omit you because you don't have an MBA, you're dramatically mistaken. That's not how this thing works. If you're thinking that just because there's like, you think that there's any recruiter out there that says, hey, you need to interview this person because they got an MBA, you're also dramatically mistaken too. An MBA on a resume doesn't mean anything to a recruiter. And for the people that have an MBA, if that actually was the case, they'd be able to go out there and take jobs within 5 days, right? Yeah. So like an MBA, like, I'm not trying to downplay it. And actually, like, I think one must understand that there are multiple things at play here. No one downplays your hard work, but in any case, it was not necessary for the job. Therefore, like in this case, like it actually really isn't. Like, there's so many, like, people say like, oh yeah, you need an MBA to get into Google and like Meta and Amazon. if you take a look at all the product managers, and you can easily LinkedIn stalk people, the vast majority of product managers do not have an MBA that are like product managers over there. So yeah, sponsorship is one of the biggest problems for many candidates. Absolutely, and I feel for y'all. Please reach out. Let us see how it is that we can go out there and help. You know, what are some tutorials I should be searching for on YouTube? Like, if you actually want to go ahead and up your AI skills, you need to take an actual program where you're actually like, if you want to go ahead and up your AI skills for real, you need to take an actual program where you're building something. And a lot of tutorials that are like, they give you like, I don't know, there's like a lead magnet where they give you like a chatbot template or like a dashboard template. You're not really learning anything, and it doesn't come off really well in the interview process. Like, you actually have to learn these skills. The problem with these like $100, $200 or like $50 AI courses on Udemy is that they give you a lot of high-level concepts and videos, but you don't build anything. And ultimately, there's only two practical applications. You either want to have a portfolio that you can bring out to show somebody on an interview, in which case it has to be packaged as a portfolio piece or side project that is interview and presentation ready, or you have to go, if you're trying to apply it on the job, you're bringing in an actual live problem that you can actually apply AI as a solution to that particular problem. Either or, like tutorials, like they don't really get you anywhere. I'm a sales guy looking to get into product management. As such, I saw two of the people in your testimonial had sales backgrounds, did a quick LinkedIn search, and both of them were neither from sales, but both of them were actually PMs before they actually got into product management. The list beneath their names. And I've also read on Reddit that your company forces students to go out there and leave 5-star reviews in order to get support in the interview process. What's the deal with that deception? Well, salespeople and customer success people are actually very, very, like, they actually transition into product management all the time. We have a lot of people that are coming in from non-technical backgrounds, such as finance professionals that are either like investment banking analysts. We've had a lot of people that's come out of hedge funds, private equity. But overall, if what it is that you say is true, I mean, if you go back, we're dropping all these testimonials every single week that you guys are calling out as like commercials. If you want to go ahead and get this job, like, yeah, hit us up. But like, we don't ever force people to go out there and we don't actually go out there and force people to go out there and do reviews. Now, having said that though, we do make it very clear. You want to be a part of the Product Gym program. If you want to go ahead and be a part of the Product Gym program, we are going to go ahead and support you through this entire process of getting a product manager job. But in exchange, it would be nice if you go out there and furnish us with a testimonial. Our members are actually people that's getting multiple product manager interviews and multiple product manager offers. With most of our other competitors, like how to close product manager interviews into offers, how to land multiple product manager offers, how to go out there and secure a product manager job within 12 weeks, going from booking one product manager interview every 3 weeks to 6+ product manager interviews a week. With other programs, I haven't seen a lot of programs that's actually successful in helping people land a product manager job. But secondly, for most programs where they're actually showing people how to land a product manager job, even when it's not the right offer, they still force those people to go ahead and take that job offer, which I absolutely find is hilarious. For us, it's like, if this is not the job offer that's for you, more than happy to go ahead and keep working with you until you do find the job that you want. Because even though you're trying to call me out about these like deception and all these tactics, nobody has actually complained that they've had to pay additional money to go out there and secure the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth offer. We're actually here to help you secure as many offers as possible. I could have gone on. We're actually only a month in. But with that said, if you guys are looking to transition to product management, DM me on LinkedIn. If you guys are trying to do this thing on yourself, good luck. If you guys legitimately need help, though, we are here to help you. This is a very, very, very positive and supportive community. I feel that a lot of these people here that are upset about their job hunt, unfortunately, sounds to me like they're not getting a whole lot of success on their own. But at the same time, I am not the only person that's in this space. You can easily go to any one of my competitors. Also sounds like they're not even doing that. So with that said, please go ahead and subscribe if you'd like. DM me on LinkedIn for some of the resources that you're curious about that we offer. Any way that we can help you out to land your next product manager job, we will. My name is Rich. I'll talk to you very, very, very soon.